Okay, so I'm walking out of my hotel. It's right behind me, and the church and the Airborne Museum. And there's my rental car. But right in front of me, this is how close I am to the church and the Airborne Museum, where that John Steele, played by Red Buttons, lands on the roof. But it's really close. Very quiet neighborhood. I really didn't realize how close the hotel was. Oh, there's the church right there. So there's the rooftop. I'm sure a majority of you are familiar with the movie D-Day, The Longest Day, made in 1962, that portrays this drop. I'm going to put a link to that scene with Red Buttons on the roof in the description box. So to refamiliarize yourself with it, take a look after you watch my video in the description box. It's kind of cool out here this morning. Kind of a little bit of a late start. It's a little after 10. I think this is the Airborne Museum too. I think they just opened up at 10. It's nice traveling so light. My hotel's right behind me, so if I need a bathroom or forget something. Okay, so this is kind of ridiculous, and actually it kind of pisses me off a little bit. So right in front of this church, this is where they decide to do this, right? This is where they freaking decide to do this. I don't get it. I seriously do not get it. It screws up the pictures and the audio for me to talk to you guys. You know, at this point, I really got to say this is disgraceful. It's disrespectful. It's hideous that they're doing this type of event where dozens of men had died. Both Germans and Americans died where they're standing. And I cannot believe this is even allowed. This is really disgusting me. I haven't really talked this passionate about anything, but would they allow this in Arlington? Would they allow this on the beaches of Normandy, where men on both sides gave their lives in front of this? Literally, on this area. This is where people lost their lives, and this is where they're allowed to do this crap? So the circus is finally pulled out of town, so it's nice and quiet here. I ended up actually running into another 9th Infantry Division soldier, 11 Bravo, 113 guy also. 113 Armored Personnel Carrier. He was in from 74 to 79, about that time frame. So he saw my hat. I took the hat off when I was inside the church, but then he saw it in my hand, and we started talking. So let me tell you a little bit about where I'm at. So Sainte-Mere, Eglise, I believe we're at. So if anyone who's seen the movie D-Day, The Longest Day in 1962, this was actually based on real events of the D-Day invasion. So this is on the paratrooper side, not the beach side. So what you see here is a paratrooper whose name was John Steele, and played by Red Buttons in the movie. He ends up getting hung up there watching the activity below, right where I'm standing, right where the circus was desecrating this land. So he was watching his fellow soldiers in combat and getting killed. What ends up happening to him is he stays up there, kind of plays dead. Somehow along the night, he gets captured by the Germans, but by the next day, he either is freed or escapes, or something happens. It was so chaotic that he ends up getting reconstituted with another unit, maybe his own unit, and ends up surviving the war and living his life. Now, the church I was at yesterday shows has an example and a little depiction of his life and one other soldier. I forgot who it was. The church is very interesting inside. The stained glass I showed you. And it's so nice. It's so nice to not have that chaos. I don't understand what those kids were doing or why they chose this location. But now you can see the contrast difference on how tranquil this area really is, and how nice it would be to visit. So there's an Airborne Museum nearby that I'm going to go check out. That's highly recommended also. But just wanted to capture this, give you guys a little background on what it is. I guess this might be a monument in front of me, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get back to you later. So I'm inside of the church now. I did this video yesterday, but I deleted it, so I got to do it again to show you around. So that's our rendition of the Paratroopers. What's nice is that I came in here yesterday and it was really loud and there was a lot of people inside and I didn't do a lot of talking. I actually ran into somebody from the 9th Infantry Division here. And this is a good time of day because the sun is going down, but it's right on the other side of that stained glass, which has the representation of the paratroopers. Wow, that's some detail. So not to get it confused, this is the church portrayed in the movie D-Day. I'm inside right now. Where the paratrooper John Steele gets stuck up on the roof. So let's go out and capture that real quick one more time. I seriously can't believe I'm the only one in here right now. It's about 6:30 at night, 6:30 in the evening. I want to get back to that other one where those two medics used the inside of the church as an aid station. That's only like 5 minutes down the road. But I got to be honest, I was really tired today and I did the Airborne Museum and I did some other things and I just didn't get back to it. So this community has some close ties and admiration. They kind of consider themselves a little bit of an airborne community. There are some like Army surplus stores and souvenir shops close by, and I kind of checked them out. I'm surprised on how much U.S. stuff they have here. They're almost like little mini museums, but you can actually buy the stuff. The wind's picking up and it's actually blowing the parachute. There's one more little monument down there I want to show you. I just want to show you some of the storefronts. So, turning back towards the church, I want to show you this monument. Fifth, 6th June 1944, the 82nd and the 101st Division, USA of Paratroopers Liberate District. And then the church is behind it. And John Steele been hanging there for quite a long time. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap this up for now. Got some more stuff I got to check out. Really interesting little town though. I mean, I like showing you guys what the town looks like, not just the monuments. I walked around here a little bit. I stayed locally today, which was a nice break from moving around and trying to get directions and stuff. But plenty to see here. And sometimes part of it, the museums are great, but sometimes part of it for me is walking through these towns and just imagining what it would have been like, you know, to have been here a couple of days before, a couple of days after. I mean, these structures were all pretty much standing then, you know, and the fighting was going on in the streets. A lot of it's commercialized now, a lot of souvenir shops, stuff like that. But still, this is a very relaxing, quiet little town to take a nice break. Well, I hope you enjoyed this series. And if you ever get out to this area, definitely make this on your list.